Hello, and welcome to this introduction to the Data Hub of NextGEOSS, part of the EU programme Horizon 2020. NextGEOSS brings together data from the Earth observation community in one place. The data available in the portal promotes innovation and opens new possibilities for both research and business. Users of the site are not only scientists but also citizens, entrepreneurs, and people within government. The Data Hub portal has been built by Viderum using CKAN, the open source application originally built by the Open Knowledge Foundation, now Open Knowledge International. Additional features and functionality are going to be added to this alpha release in the coming months, and more datasets will be available from an increasing number of sources. You can download a detailed project description from the Project and Approach section of the NextGEOSS website. First, let's take a look at the flow of the data from its source through to the consumer of that data. The Earth observation community in the EU has a lot of data sources, including satellites in the Copernicus program and the Sentinel missions. Eventually, millions of datasets will be harvested and pulled directly into the Data Hub, where they'll be searchable and accessible. Several metadata standards are in use which describe the semantic content of the data. Some come from the public services, like for example CKAN, which is defined by the EU, whereas others are standards used within the geo community. An internal search engine means that the metadata can be used to find specific datasets. The standard CKAN search facilities are due to be improved on as part of the Data Hub's expansion. The Data Hub can be accessed by any browser, but the geo community has also developed several standalone programs which can make use of the Data Hub through an API. How the Data Hub is accessed depends entirely on who the user is. Let's talk through an example from the world of agriculture to illustrate the potential value of the portal. A farmer who wants to make the most of their crop in any given year has a lot to learn from, for example, rainfall data. With the data presented in an accessible form, they can assess risk and also make provisions for additional watering and things like that. A farmer can also glean a great deal of information about how crops are performing through studying aerial photographs. Data from the Data Hub can become an essential tool in helping the farmer to understand the many complex factors affecting their crops. The Data Hub aggregates a lot of available data from the whole complex ecosystem surrounding agriculture, and will benefit and provide opportunities for many players in that game, including consultants, insurers, farm machinery manufacturers, and countless others, as well as the farmers themselves. NextGEOSS has identified several other ecosystems which lend themselves well to the type of benefits offered by access to data through the Data Hub, both in terms of research and business. Use cases are being developed in parallel with the technical solutions to ensure the largest possible benefit to citizens, businesses, governments, and researchers. Now, let's have a little look at the actual Data Hub. In the information section, you can get detailed descriptions on how to use the Data Hub, find out some of its use cases, or make use of the available APIs in your own development work. If we select Datasets on the top, we'll come through to the Datasets page and we'll see filters here on the left hand side. There are filters for providers, topics, tags, and formats, etc. This helps us navigate through the datasets. First, we'll take a look at the search functionality. Let's, for example, look for KML. That's an abbreviation for Keyhole Markup Language, which was introduced from Google Earth to combine data with locations. The search results immediately show you all of the KML data that's been harvested and is available for further analysis. Providers show you where the data comes from. Tags are created from the used metadata, which are associated with the resources, by which we mean the raw data. Formats show the technical format for the dataset. As an example, let's look at one of these datasets. Let's choose this one. So once we click through, we can find some more information about the data, and we can directly download the file. We can also share the dataset, or the link to the dataset, on social media, on Google+, on Twitter, or on Facebook. Now, if we were to click the download button here, if you've got it configured on your computer, Google Earth will automatically start up. So this is the easiest way to have a look at the data. In this case, we can find data of the fine dust pollution all over the US. To show one more example of how to access a dataset, we're going to search by going to Provider. We're going to click on Sentinel. And then all of the data that's available from this organization pops up. So if we click on one of these, here you can download the data, and you'll also find more detailed metadata about this satellite data. So, what's coming next? Well, in December 2017, a beta version is going to be released, and this is going to include significant improvements for search and user feedback. An open search interface will be integrated into the data so that individual programs can access it. In the Data Hub, you're going to be able to add comments to every dataset that's available. The Nimbus user feedback program is integrated using the Open API. It means that if you make a comment on a specific dataset within the Data Hub, your comment is sent to Nimbus, and the answer will be integrated into CKAN. Thanks for joining me for this overview of the Data Hub. For additional information, look on the NextGEOSS news page, where you're going to find details of events and future webinars just like this one.